Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Carly and I am a twin mom to Everett and Amelia. And today's video is actually a part 2 from last week's video. I had filmed my experience breastfeeding my twins and tandem feeding. So if you haven't checked that one out, feel free to check it out. And today I'm actually going to go over all of the things that I used for breastfeeding and pumping. So if you are looking to start breastfeeding or you're in the beginning of it, this hopefully will come in handy for you, as I was scrambling to find some of these things when I was already in pain or needing them. I'm going to break it down into 4 different categories for you to make things hopefully simple and easy. I have self-care, pumping, feeding, and clothing. I have written notes so that I don't forget anything, because some of this stuff I haven't used in months since my twins are now 11 months old. It's been a long journey already. We're almost at a year, which is amazing. So if you see me looking down, I apologize, but that is what I'm doing, is looking at my notes. So starting off with self-care, the number one thing I suggest is a prescription grade nipple cream. The hospital actually sent me home with one right from the beginning, so if they don't suggest that to you, ask for one, because of course you can use coconut oil, or I also have the Earth Mama nipple cream. But the prescription grade really helped heal those cracked, sore nipples right from the beginning. So I do recommend that for sure. Apparently it has a steroid in it, so they don't suggest using too much of it, but I definitely think it helped get me through those first 2 months where I was super sore. Next on my list of things that you should get is the gel cooling pads. I don't have any more left because I haven't needed them for a few months. Like I said, my nipples finally stopped hurting after 2 months, and so I will show a picture maybe right here. But they were such a lifesaver. I ended up needing like a few packs of them, and I kept rebuying them because I would leave them out and they'd fall on the floor and get hair on them or whatever, because you're just so sleep deprived and tired. So I recommend getting a few packs of them and then put them in your freezer or in your fridge. And I used to use them after every single session because I was that sore. Mind you, I was also nursing twins and they were cluster feeding, and so hopefully if you are a singleton mama, you may not need them as badly as I did, but they were a lifesaver for me. Another lifesaver for me was the nipple guards. These I also got sent home with from the hospital, but I think you can just buy them if your hospital doesn't provide them to you. They are the Mandela brand. This is what it looks like. It just goes over your nipples and it guards your nipples from rubbing up against your bra or your tank top. And when they're super sore and sensitive and chapped, you're gonna want these. Don't fall asleep in them like I did, because your nipple just like suctions to it, and I don't think that's good for you. So tip, don't fall asleep in them, but wear them because it will save you from some pain. So the last thing on my list is kind of just an extra item. It's not really self-care, but I didn't know what other category to put it under. It is the nipple pads, or breast pads. They look like this in the packaging, and out of the packaging it looks something like this, and you can get disposable ones or you can get reusable ones, and all it does is if you have an oversupply of milk, it will help catch the milk so that way it's not leaking all over your shirt or your bra. I never really needed those. Friends bought me boxes on boxes of those, so I assume people that pump a lot have an oversupply and really need those. I do not pump that much, and I never, well, I guess I did pump a lot in the beginning, but I never leaked a lot. occasionally I would leak if I skipped a feeding because I was out with friends or I was working, and so I'd wear them then, but I really didn't end up needing a ton of those. If you're pumping all day long and you have a oversupply, I recommend getting those. Next category is the pumping category. I have actually a few different pumps. My main pump that I use is the Medela Freestyle. That is this one right here. And I've had videos where I'm fully pumping in the video and you can see how it works, but it is just a little device like this that you can walk around with. It does have the tubing that hooks up to the pump as it's on your nipples, and so you have to kind of be careful that the tubing doesn't get caught, but you can walk around. I do my makeup in the morning before work, and I will do the dishes and eat and walk around, and it's been amazing for twins, so I do like it. I have some complaints about it though. It's touchscreen and the touch part of it is not that great, so sometimes I like want to lower the suction and I'm having to like press the button a million times, and then I just have to turn it off and back on because it's not working. I honestly have not tried to contact Medela, so I'm sure if I did contact them, they would send me a new one or troubleshoot me or whatever. Who knows, but I haven't dealt with it because it doesn't bother me that much. Just something to note. I do wish that I would have gotten like the LV or the Willow wireless pumps that go in your bra, and they're so much more discreet because a lot of times I have to pump in my car if I'm working. I'm a realtor, so I'll show property, and I've had to pump in my car like between showing appointments if I have back-to-back showings that day, or pump at the office. So a more discreet one would have come in handy. I think also just being able to like pick one of the kids up while I'm pumping would have come in handy. I think that's one of the reasons why I do not pump as much, because I really can't pump when the kids are awake because they always need me. One needs to be picked up. Now they're a lot bigger, so they'll pull out the tubes and it just doesn't work out. I can only pump if they're napping or if I have somebody here to help me with them while I'm pumping. So the other reason I liked the Medela and a reason I got it over the other wireless pumps was because the Kind system does work with it. So the Kind bottle system works with lots of different pumps, but this one in particular is the only wireless pump I saw that it worked with. And so I pump directly into the bottle. It just has a little attachment, or I'm sorry, I pump directly into the breast milk bag, and that saves a lot of time for me. If you don't use the Kind system, it comes with bottles that you pump into, and then you just pour them into your breast milk bag and store it, or pour it into your bottle that you're going to be using. Along with all of the pumps, I also got a manual pump. So because like I said, I'm pumping at the office or in my car, or if I'm traveling or whatever. I really haven't done a lot of traveling because of COVID, but my husband and I have gone on a car trip here or there, and I pumped in the car, and I like the manual pump because I can just pump really quick and I don't have to like get a pumping bra on and set up both things, and it's just not as cumbersome. So I also got a manual pump. It was pretty inexpensive, like 25 bucks or something, and I like it for just quick pumping here or there, or at night when I'm being super lazy and I don't want to really get out of bed much, I will just pump using this. The last sort of pump that I will show you is the Haka pump. This is what it looks like. It is mainly to catch letdown from one of your boobs while you're nursing on the other one. So if you are tandem feeding twins, it really is pointless and doesn't work because you don't have a free boob to put it on there for. If you are nursing a single baby at a time, then it works wonderful. You suction cup it onto your boob, and while one baby's eating, the letdown from that boob goes into the pump, and you can save it in a breast milk bag and feed it to your baby later. It's a great way to build up your stash without having to pump a whole bunch. So I really liked it for that. A lot of times especially in the beginning, when my boobs are really full, if I went to nurse one baby, because I used to tandem feed and then I went down to nursing one. So in the beginning, when I switched that, I would leak on one side. So this really came in handy because you're leaking milk, and that's also another reason the breast pads come in handy too. But if you have one of these, then you're saving that milk that otherwise would be thrown away, basically. It's really nice for that. I will say when the baby gets older, it's not that great because, like I said, my twins are 11 months old, and now because it's like just this big thing on the other side of my chest, they'll kick it, and I've lost a bunch of milk and spilt all over me from them randomly kicking it, or they'll grab at it, so I have to like really hold it in place and make them not grab it and move it. So I don't use it as much anymore, but when your babies are little and they're not so wiggly, it's wonderful. So I had mentioned already about the breast milk bags. I use the Kind system. Sorry, I know I keep repeating myself, but that is what I use. So these are the Kind breast milk bags. It comes with a little lid, so they're very sturdy and nice. And I mean, even if you're not using the whole bottle system, these breast milk bags are super sturdy and nice, just to throw that out there. I also have regular ones because they were gifted to me, and those ones just look like this, and you'll just pour the breast milk in there. So if you're going to be pumping and trying to store any milk, you're going to need breast milk bags to store them. So the last thing is, again, just a little extra item that I bought to help me with pumping was these little heating pads. So you put them in the microwave and you heat them up a little bit, and then it goes into a little cloth thing that snaps together, and you put it in your bra and warm up your milk ducts, I guess, before you pump, to help with the letdown and help you pump. So I, for some reason, do not respond well to the pump, and I can pump for like 30-40 minutes and barely get anything out. If I'm busy or stressed or just, you know, thinking about other things, I have to like really be calm, which is nearly impossible to do when you have twins and you're working and just doing all the things. So I got these in the beginning to help with my pumping process. So I would use these in the beginning when I was pumping like 4 or 5 times a day trying to get my milk to come in. They recommended using a warm compress is what they called it, but I found these and they were very helpful. So next is the feeding category. This category is pretty self-explanatory. Obviously you need bottles. My bottles that I used were the Kind system, and I have shown those in my 24 hours with the newborn video. I can explain or show them again if you're interested, but what they are is it's a skeleton bottle that the breast milk bag actually clicks into, and then the nipple pops onto it. So I will show you the breast milk bag and my pump. So I actually pump directly into the bag, and then the baby eats from this bag. It's awesome and a lifesaver for twins because it's so much less cleanup. But obviously whatever bottle system you choose is great, but if you're going to be nursing and pumping, you're obviously going to need bottles. And then next you're going to want a nursing pillow. I used the Twin Z pillow because I obviously have twins. So what it is it's like an M-shaped pillow. The middle of it folds up and it creates a support for your back, and then it clips in the front. So it holds the babies up really high, and it was amazing. I actually already got rid of it because I stopped tandem feeding and it was just so big and bulky. I really didn't need it anymore, but it was a lifesaver when the kids were super small, and I absolutely loved it. It's still my favorite pillow out of all the other ones I've tried. The other one I tried was the My Breast Friend pillow. I borrowed it from a friend to use at night so that way I didn't have to lug the twinsy up and down stairs. And that one I did not like. It's nice that it's like a firm piece of foam, so when the baby's really tiny, it does hold the baby in place, but you have to like really strap it around, and it was just too cumbersome for me to deal with when I'm having to nurse in the middle of the night and I'm tired, and I did not like it, but I appreciated being able to borrow it, so thank you for that. Because I did use it. I didn't end up liking it in comparison to the other ones. So the pillow I use now is the Boppy pillow, and this one you just put it around you like this and nurse the baby this way. I like this one too, but I don't like it as much as the Twinsy because I find that it kind of slips and comes out of place because it doesn't click. But now my twins are older and I don't really need it to stay like perfectly in place, but when the babies were really little and I was nursing for a longer period of time, I really liked the ones that clicked into place. Last for feeding is a cover if you're going to be feeding in public and you don't want your nipples or boobs exposed. You know, I totally get this whole free the boob movement because the babies really don't like the covers. It's hot under there. Like, it would be like if you were eating with a sheet over your head. It sucks for the baby, I think, but I'm also not the type of person that's just gonna like nurse in public that way. I don't know why. I'm so not shy in any sense, but I just feel awkward for some reason. If that's you, you might want to get a cover. This one that I have, you can wear it like a scarf, and then you put the baby inside of it basically and just cover their little face and your chest as you're nursing. So I've used that a few times. I honestly really haven't nursed in public a whole lot because I had my babies during COVID and restaurants were closed and we didn't go to friends' house because, you know, we were social distancing. So I really didn't use it much. I assume if you're using it often that your babies will get used to it. My babies are not used to being covered up while they're eating, so they like bat it away when I try to use it, or they grab at it and they just don't like it. And I understand why they don't like it. So a lot of times if I'm in public, I will just go in another room, or I'll just use like a muslin blanket and I'll just kind of drape it over their little cheek a little bit. And I don't care if like this part of my boob is showing. I just kind of cover up the nipple part and I don't use a full cover because they just hate it. Or I'll just freely nurse in my car. And if you're looking into my car and you see my nipple, that's your problem. So that's just me. So you might want to get a nursing cover if you would like to nurse in public and you don't want anybody staring or making comments. So the last category is clothing. It's crazy how much stuff we moms have to buy, from pregnancy clothes to then nursing clothes. So be prepared for that. You're gonna want a nursing bra. I have a few here. So I got like sports bra type nursing bras because I don't know, I'm all for comfort. So it snaps down like this, so when you go to nurse the baby, you don't have to take your whole bra off and it just snaps down. And they make regular bras like that, push-up bras, like all sorts. So you're gonna want those because when you rush home from work or when you rush home from somewhere, you're not gonna wanna fiddle with taking your whole bra off. You're just gonna wanna pull it down and nurse your baby. So there's all those different kinds. I got mine on Amazon. I also found this really cool one that doubles as a nursing bra and a pumping bra, but it's not as great as the regular hands-free pumping bras because it's not as tight. So for me, I felt like it didn't feel like the pump was secure. However, if I know I'm going to be pumping while I'm out, like in the car or something, I'll wear this because I can use it as a nursing bra, and it has a hole in it for pumping, which was, I mean, it's cool. So it's not my main pumping one, but I do use it. My main pumping one is the Medela. It looks like just a little tube top, and it has a hole in the middle for your flange to go. So you put the flange in there like that, and then it's connected to your pump, and it's super tight and secure, so it does help. So next you're gonna want some nursing tank tops or nursing nightgowns to sleep in or lounge around the house in. I usually wear sweats or shorts to bed, so I got a bunch of nursing tank tops. They are the same thing as the bra, they just clip down like that, so you don't have to wear a bra with them. You just wear the nursing tank tops and you can nurse the babies super easy like that. Last, I just wanted to give a little warning or tip for all of you nursing moms out there. What I didn't realize when I first started nursing was certain clothes are not great for nursing. So any high neck like dresses, out the window. I had my babies in the summer, and so when I had to go on a work appointment or go run errands or whatever, I wore just maxi dresses, and a lot of my maxi dresses are like those razor back high neck dresses. Well, what I didn't realize is I can't like take a shoulder down to nurse the baby even if I'm wearing a nursing bra. I had to literally strip off the whole dress and sit there in like my high waist postpartum undies and my bra and nurse the baby whenever I was wearing one of those dresses. And so I quickly learned I cannot wear those dresses anymore. So just for like in summer, if you're going to be nursing the baby, tube top dresses, tank top dresses like this. Obviously this is not a dress, but just tank top that's easy to take a shoulder down so that you don't have to strip off your whole dress will come in handy. Don't do the high neck dresses like I did. So that is it. That's all I have for you. That's all the things that I used. If I'm forgetting anything, I will link it down below, but this is pretty much everything that I used for my babies while I was nursing them in the very beginning and up until now, which is 11 months later. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps us out, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel and follow along with my family. I would love to continue connecting with you guys. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.